Thanks for tuning into YouDoIt. Today we're gonna start ripping this carpet off and replacing it with beautiful laminate flooring with wide stair noses. And if you're ready, I'm gonna show you how you do it. Let's go! Alright, you ready to begin? You better get one of these. It's gonna be dusty. Well, unfortunately, last night as I was starting to put this video together, I found out that I'm missing a clip where I show you how I measured these angles and do this whole layout thing. So I'm going to show it to you on this staircase. Obviously, I don't want it to be a huge spoiler. I don't want to do it on the staircase that is already done. So, as you can see, these were just cut straight and then caulked. So these were all cut 90. Of course, walls are not. Walls are in and out anytime. So of course, professionals, we do have a Stairmaster tool, which basically is an adjustable. You can spread it out and you can adjust these things here. Obviously, I don't expect you to have a professional tool or go buy one for $300 just to do one staircase. I'm going to show you how I used to do it a long time ago when I did not have a Stairmaster. Nobody had that. So, of course, a very important thing to know. See how they're nailed here? You can see these nails. Nail holes right everywhere, filled, but you see them. And what these nails in the middle here do, your staircase is never flat. It's never straight. It always curves down to here and curves in to here. Why? Because the stringers on the sides are attached to the walls, and the middle stringers are basically hanging in the air. So with time they sag, which creates this unevenness here. So if you shoot nails right here in the middle, it pushes it in, and so it becomes crooked. Same happens here. So then you need to go and undercut this. This was undercut. That was undercut. Or you get these gaps here. I do things quite differently. And of course I don't find out these angles with squares. So what I do, I take this measure and I go half inch shorter, 42 and a half. 42 and a half. It does need to be a good line, 90 degrees. Actually I have to do it from this side. So this is the factory edge here. And I measure the width of the staircase. It's about 11. And this one is 11 and a half, so it's good for my purposes. And then you can use a chop saw. Sliding chop saw to cut it. I use table saw to do it. And so, okay, well most contractors, or pretty much all of them, if they don't have a Stairmaster professional tool, they'll use a square to check this angle. Or they'll use a framing square, which is basically 2 by 24 by 16. They'll put it against this, and they'll look at this angle. Now, we see about 1/8 of an inch gap here, and here we have about 1/16 of an inch gap here. Now since this is curved in, this is not a true line. So the true line is somewhere actually here. So basically your tools, if you do it like this, you rest them against a side wall that is curved in, which results in an inaccurate reading here. That's why I do this. This is basically a big framing square that I custom create for every staircase. Because now it goes from this point to this point. See? Now it's resting against these corners. Now look here, about 1/8 of an inch, 3/16 of an inch gap here. That's all goes in very easily. All the way in here, all the way in here, about a gap here. Alright, so this square is supposed to be right there. So it tells me there's a gap there, but this true square tells me that this gap is twice more than what this guy was showing me. On the other side, we had this reading, which is 1/16 of an inch. Without it, it's not even that. It's about half. Okay? Now, of course, this one is not as bad as some of them will be. Imagine this going in 1/4 inch, and that's usually the case. Anywhere from 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, sometimes even more, especially in older homes, where these middle stringers have sagged with time. And so everything got bowed. And so now what I do, I rest it against the back wall, shove it into one of the corners, I take the back measure, and I make it about 1/16 of an inch shorter. I don't want to fight with these walls. I want my piece to just drop in, basically. without scratching walls, fighting it, banging on it. So 42, it's a 3/4 tight measure, and I'm gonna make a 1/16 of an inch shoulder. It's gonna be 42, 11/16. Now, all I do is I look at this line, and so I need to add maybe 1/16 of an inch there. So I just do 0 on the top, plus 1/16 on the bottom. I stick it into this corner, make sure it's up against the back, and this is almost 3/16 of an inch here. And my speed square was telling me half of it, but this is telling me 3/16 gap, which means I have to remove this distance from here, right? And so I'm gonna put, of course, the back measure you never mess with. This is your back measure. So you add 1/16 of an inch there, and you actually remove 3/16 of an inch here. So this piece can go all the way in. This is our measure, right? So we're gonna do minus 3/16 here. And in the same fashion, I'll go over, and of course you put a number. Then you do the riser the same way. So this is your run. Then you do the riser. And I'll actually show you how to do it without all these nails here. Without all these nail holes. I have a way of making it without damaging the finish, then having to fill all these nail holes, and they're distorted, you can feel them. When you drive a nail, it kind of gets damaged and gets distorted. Okay, so I'm gonna do straight cut here, I'm gonna do straight cut there. Do this, X, X. Okay, so I'll just take it out 1/8 of an inch or so. Okay, and then you do want to have clearance on the back, at least 1/8 of an inch, because this part fits behind it like this, so we don't do too many nails. I like to have, I always have this connection, so I like about 1/8 of an inch, quarter inch from here. I want this male end to be preserved, because the way this stair nose operates basically slips into the male edge. Okay, so I need one at 5. See, there's an ancient cord that's going to be left, and I'm going to use it on my vertical piece, the riser. This way I don't end up wasting lots of material. So let's grab this before it goes and see if we need to cut off any more. Well, I think it's perfect. I'm gonna remove 1/8 of an inch on this side. So instead, I'll mark it back 1/8 of an inch, connect the lines. Here, so basically my measure is from this mark to this mark. Here is the same thing. I'm gonna do 90, I'm gonna mark it here, and I'm gonna see what I have to do. I have to add 1/16 of an inch here. So I'm just gonna add it, connect these lines. You know what, I'm gonna do this one. I'm just gonna go and do it on the table, so really quick, but usually I just do all of them. I'll mark all of them, then I'll cut all of them. And of course I don't want to cut my stair nose just yet. here. And it fits like a glove. I didn't have to bang on it. I didn't have to lift in the middle and shove them in. Of course, I'm marking them and put them aside. I'm gonna cut their noses. Very last thing that I'm gonna do is cut their noses. I put them aside. Flip them. And I put number 2 on there. Now we go to number 2. You will have to work out of both, because they're all gonna be different. Okay, now I'm just gonna repeat this whole thing. Are you ready? I'll be using this 18 gauge pneumatic nailer. And I'm gonna switch to 1-inch nails. I just set a gap here. I'm gonna take it all apart later, but I'm gonna set a gap here. So this riser fits here and behind. This way I don't need to nail here. You kind of interlock, and then I can push this one in with a hammer. But at this point I'm just checking that they're all gonna work out. Earmuffs. Okay, so I actually put it this way first. I'm going to apply my glue on the back side of it. You can actually do the whole thing, it's up to you. I think this way it doesn't stick out, there's no mess. I do want to take this, strike it like this. Of course, I will be double checking things before I put glue on them. I want to double check. Lay it down like this, and you will need something for the glue to drip on. This guy, I go like that. And this one doesn't require too much glue, but it's a piece that's gonna stand here like this. Okay, most people will put a bunch of nails. We'll put drive nails here in the middle, push it in, so it will take the form of your existing staircase, which is all bowed. So I don't like doing that, obviously. So since the riser sits here, I can hide a couple nails right underneath it. Okay. And so all I want to do, really, and of course you do want to check this, right? I want to make sure that it all fits properly. So you can use 1.5 inches. For this I use 1 inch. Chances of them bending and coming out the other side are smaller this way. Right there, and I don't put anything here. I do put one at the angle like this, another one at the angle right here. I don't put anything here because I don't want it to take the shape again. This old staircase that's been sagging for 80 years. Yes, I hear you. I don't care. I'm working. The reason I use subfloor liquid nails
subfloor and deck is because when you get it on your products, it's easy to remove it with just these gloves. Okay, and now I'm not gonna put anything there. The glue will catch it. So then I'm just gonna drive 1 or 2 right in the corner somewhere. Make sure there's something to nail to. You can go high like this here and try to drive it into that, like this. And don't drive anything here. See the gap? You don't want to push all that stuff in there. Just want it to catch. Gonna go from the other side. Yep. So now, 1 here, the very edge, 1 here. Now of course I'm doing this, and I know nobody's gonna walk on them for 24 hours. If you do have traffic or anticipating traffic, you should definitely put more. Okay. About 1/2 inch overhang. It's gonna hide my nails. So I'm just gonna put 1 here, a little on the angle down. Like this. Make sure it's down all the way. There. And nothing here in the middle. I'm gonna show you how to do without nailing through these guys, because they're shiny and sleek. So these holes in these surface will be showing. You'll see them. So instead, now I'm just gonna put glue everywhere, like this, like that. Okay, so I do waves. Okay, or triangles. And I do want to make sure I got glue on this piece as well. So now when I'm gonna put it in, it's gonna just glue this whole thing together. And what's gonna be holding it all together is glue, not those nails. I'm just gonna take it together. See if I need any more. It's pretty good. I'll do another one. Just in case. Pull it and glue it together. And 1 more. Now I want to make sure that it's not lifting, right? I can put another one like this if I have to. I didn't have to this time, but I'm just gonna show you. Sometimes you do have to. Just like that. Then you don't want to step on a stair nose like this. You want to step right here. So I'm gonna do that. Step on a flat part. Go up if you need to. Piece of scrap here, right? Okay, so I'm putting in the gap, as you see, and I do dots, and I do wide dots, not one single dot like on the spot like this. No, you go sideways like this. And this one, this stair nose is overlapped, so it's extremely delicate, and if it's not done right, potentially you can break it off. So I do use lots of glue. So if you, when you put it in, all that glue, and I do nail it. These I do nail. Okay, so my riser is here. I don't want to nail it into it. I don't want to nail here, and I don't want to put my nail here. I want my nail to be right over this. So I flip, and I put one right here. One there. Okay, now I can let you go. And I'll do the same thing here. We're done here. Look, I barely went through one rack of these. Still have left. Well, job well done, people. It's time to go have some beer and enjoy a short weekend. Of course, don't forget to put a big ass sign to let everyone know. Don't go there. Time to make it look perfect. So this is a clear caulking. It will turn clear. And it's dry. So just like that. Dries, all those gaps are gonna disappear. few hours, I'm gonna see that. Use clear. Clear. It's white initially, but when it dries in a few hours, it will become clear. Just easier this way to apply. Hey, what do you know? All the gaps are gone. Where did they go? Hey. Hello. Well, some of them are still dry. Like this one is still dry in there, but it's all... I mean, if you don't crawl on all four, you put your eyes in there. Looks pretty good. What do you think?